Hi, this is the creation of the database. First of all, I create a new query and I use this command, create a database if not exist, and create me the database. Then I use the database. Then the first step I did was create the customer table. That stores the mostly all the information, like the customer ID, and I that would set the like the primary key because all of these non-primary key depend from that. Not null is because the table, if I delete this, the table is gonna be empty and it's not gonna storage any of the information that's gonna be set into the database. And the bar chart is like the length of the string that has to be set for the database. Then there's data like the customer ID, name, date of birth, and every data has to be stored in the specific value, like int date for date of birth, int because it's a number, but it's not a double, so it's because age, so it's not gonna have like 0.5, something like that. And also has to be specific. The age has to be more superior than zero, because if there is something like minus, it will be like an error. Then I create another table for the car with with the details like the type of the car, the base of the rent, and this one is decimal. That's why the decimal was used, and also the check. It has to be more superior than zero, but in this case, it can be like 1.5, 2.5, something like that. The same with the service table, booking table, just using again the primary key, the customer ID, card type. And also the foreign key is used for this one. The customer ID and card type are taken from here and from here because this table is related with all this, but this data has to be only work if connect to the foreign key. That's why the command foreign key and reference is used because it makes the reference from the another table and the value from that identity that's gonna call identity and it's gonna reference that. And I use this to show the table. Oh, now it's not showing. Ah, there is. And the car detail, car rental. There's the. Then I create another query to insert the data. I use the command insert into customers, and here are the values, and it has to be into specific details. Like for example, the customer ID was an integral number, so I'm only gonna have this one. The date of birth was a date, so I have to be writing a date. The values and all that is gonna be stored like this. The first 10 I used from the table, it was given from us to us, and the other 10 was I create randomly, and I use the address from Dublin, and I use this command to show the table because at the beginning it was showing nothing. Now it's here. Oh, now it's showing me the booking. The customer is here. It's here with the new identity. This tool is because I was testing the add and update the table, so I use my name and everything. That's all. And same, the car detail, it was added with a new data. For example, the car type, the base rent, services. Every table was updated and was up with a specific data and 20 more dummy data. And every data is following the steps and the details related to this. For example, the price of the service was a double, like the service charge. Here, it can be used like 10.50. I try to make an input like a zero, it's gonna be like an error, and it won't be possible.